Hey, Julieanne O'Connor here, tuning in with oh, goodness, don't even look in my background at all the junk. Tuning in with an episode of Spelling It Out, the Truth Behind. Okay, so look, I just want to talk to you today about this whole concept of technology versus humanity. And I attended the TEDx Hollywood event with John Favreau, who was excellent, and several other just phenomenal speakers. And I was so excited to have the opportunity to just be an attendee and listen. I wasn't actually speaking, for those of you who were wondering if I was. I will be speaking at Inbound 2016, though, in Boston. That's going to rock. Alec Baldwin is speaking, and Serena Williams, and like all these amazing people. You just have to check it out at inbound.com or inbound 2016. Anyway, go check out the website, and it's going to be really fun. But okay, back to TEDx. Okay, so it was so great, and I want to just give you a couple tidbits of what I got out of being there. Okay, so people had all sorts of different ideas. They were talking about virtual reality and how to bring back the humanity into virtual reality and how to really create those connections and all this different stuff. But here's what I thought was my takeaway is that people today are growing up with technology in such a way that there's two things. One is they consistently and constantly look for validation. So they post something and then they look to see if people are liking it. And their whole world kind of revolves around, okay, well, if somebody didn't like it and too much time goes by, I'm going to pull it down because that means people didn't like that. And rather than just being candid, truthful souls where you can just put yourself out there and it's not about what people think, then what they're doing, it's unfortunate, but this is what's really happening. Some of us are old enough to have grown up at a time when life wasn't about getting validation, and I don't mean that in a rude way. I mean that in a heartfelt way, because even as adults now, having grown up without that, we are still starting to fall into it where we look for that validation on social media and wherever it is that we're sharing information. And I am just here to say that we need to throw that shit out the door, out the window, shovel it out, because who cares? You have no control over all the variables that lead into whether or not somebody saw your post, whether or not they happen to even be on that day, whether or not. And who cares? Do you know that they're saying that maybe with all of our friends and all these connections on all these different platforms, that we really only interact with usually 4, 5, or 6 people on a regular basis. So what do you care? These other people don't care enough. It's not that they don't even care. It's that it doesn't matter. We're all human and we all want to relate to other people as human beings. So what if we're big screw ups? Let's stop faking our way into this world, because we look at what other people are putting on social media and their lives look so perfect, but we know, come on, none of our lives are perfect. And to spend our lives comparing ourselves to other people is absolutely insane. Okay, and to worry about whether or not you post something and somebody likes it or they hate it. Is it you? Is it real? Did it feel good to do the art of creating something? Did you write something from the heart? Did you censor yourself so that you would get a bunch of attention? Or did you make stuff up so you would get a bunch of attention? I'll tell you, that is a path to depression. And by the way, there are huge spikes in depression right now. Teenagers, it's 70% of them or something are depressed, and adults are also, the depression is on the rise. So come on, we're all feeling isolated. We're all feeling here we are, we think we're connecting with so many people, but the reality is, look at the people in front of you. Look at the people who you really love, and do two things. Connect with those people in front of you and go out there and make the world a better place. Be kind, be loving, be generous, and man, drop into your own skin and be okay with looking ridiculous and be okay with fucking things up, because you know what? It's life and it's all gonna be okay. Thank you. Take care. Peace out.